Hi everyone, it's Lesley here from Elegant Edges, and today I'm going to show you how I made this sort of trellis card. I put it on social media a couple of days ago and I have several requests to explain how I made it. I did see somebody called Get Crafty with Sally who'd made one. I know she wasn't the original, but she inspired me to make my own version of this card. I'm doing it a slightly different way to how she did it though. Anyway, this is how I did it. So I started with a 2-inch strip of ordinary white card, basic white card, and I've actually scored it every ½ an inch across. What I actually did was take a complete width of card and then cut it into 2 inches, so I've got another couple of these to play with in case I want to get the urge to try a different colour. And then what I've done is I've gone down my scrap pile. I've been trying to use up this beautiful Hues of Happiness paper. I've got all sorts of odd bits, and of course I've got a few flowers left, so these are the flowers I've got left. So I found some of the matching paper and I'm going to show you how I did it. So first of all, I started with a plain colour. Now I didn't have enough of the plain back of one of the other sheets to use that, so I've found some scraps of, this looks like fresh freesia, but this is how I did it. So these are ½ an inch wide. Everything's nice and easy, ½ an inch. They're not cut to length, these are just the length of the scraps I had in my pile. And I literally just, tiny bit of all-purpose glue, and I started at the top here, that top corner, and this bottom one, see where that crease is, goes to the top of the crease. Now I was hoping I'd have enough to use the end, but whatever's over on the back you just trim off. Obviously if that was long enough I could do another one, but it's not, so in my little bin. So next one, not too long, I don't want to put too much glue on it. I've decanted my Tombow into here, so I only use the minimum amount of glue. So I went from top left, so then where it finishes here, you start again. So the top corner into the corner of that crease down here. Just make sure it doesn't slip. Slipped a little bit, back into the crease. And you can imagine that you really don't see those score lines, but they're a great helper for where to put your paper or card. Have a little trim off. Next one. And because these are all scraps, it really doesn't matter. Try again, same line where I finished, into the top corner, over to the next embossed line, trim off, keeps it nice and tidy then. Next one, and of course we all keep far too many scraps, don't we? And I've just trimmed my scraps into ½ an inch. And the beauty of this is, honestly, it was not very tidy, that one. Let's leave that one alone. Obviously, they've got to be nice scraps. And you just do it all the way down. Just wipe off the glue as you go. Quick trim. It's looking a bit longer, that one. No, not long enough. check I've got the right side. Trim. And obviously if you did have a longer piece, that end is cut in exactly the right angle. So I can actually use that last bit because I've run out. So top crease, bottom corner. This is a funny shape, but all you do, turn over and trim. And all in my little rubbish bin. Okay, so that's one part done. And the next part I'm going to do with designer series paper. This one's got some yellow in it. It's just as I cut it. This is my scrap of paper and I literally just went across, and of course some have got yellow. So that one looks a bit wide actually, that scrap, so I'll leave that for now and use this. Right, so this time we're going to go the other way. That top point here and the first crease. Just there. Trim. Trim off the rubbish. Start again. This side here, up to that point there. And the angle should be right. Just cover up the card, into that crease, up to that point there. All looking good. A little bit on the end, make sure it sticks down. So that point there to the top over here. Is there a right way? Probably not. By the time I've got my flowers up it, I don't think it's going to matter. So just make sure I get it right at that exact point and the point of the next crisscross up there. Trim, trim, a little bit more glue as we go. Point at the bottom, go to the point at the top. There. So that's my crisscross bit, and that really is the hardest part. And I have to say, it wasn't difficult at all. Okay, quick lid on my Tombow. Okay, A little bit of a tidy. Okay, now with this card I kept the front very plain, so this time I'm going to step it up a little. So what I did was, with my thicker basic white, I actually put it through one of the basic new embossing folders, literally like that, and ran it through sideways. I didn't have it too close to the top because otherwise you put too much pressure on this join. So I've got my front embossed, which is really nice, and I'm not sure which one of these I'm going to use. I've got, this is 2 inches. I've got a panel here that's 2 1/4. I didn't have a piece of fresh freesia, but I have got strip that I could just use like that. That looks really nice. I think I'm going to go with that. Yeah, I quite like that. So I did spritz the card very gently before I embossed it. It is possible it's a little bit damp still. So I've put quite a lot of wet glue on. A little wriggle, trying to line up all the edges. Not quite lined up down here though. Trouble when it wiggles, sometimes it wiggles out. Ooh. That's it, okay. And then instead of having a wider bit of fresh freesia, this is cardstock. I didn't have enough of the designer series paper that had, like this one, had a solid colour on it. So there's always another way, and as the colours always match, I just reached for my card scraps. What's that one? We'll worry about cutting it straight at the end. Use a trimmer, let's find the best one. Best side to London, as they say. Is that level? Pretty good. Okay, we'll have a little trim there. Okay, and I'm just going to pop that in my trimmer. I do love this trimmer, and I'm going to cut it to 5 1/2. And normally I'd cut my cards to 5 3/4 because European cardstock is A4. But because I was scoring every 1/2 inch, I didn't want an odd bit at the ends. So there's my embossed panel. Now, it didn't matter that I had a plain bit. In fact, it looks really quite nice. I've got a little bit of glue, just get that out the way. It's just like a string. And we're just going to pop that down. Doesn't even like, I like a little bit of white at the side, just makes it pop. Even top and bottom. That'll come off it afterwards. Okay, That's that. Is that wet glue? Yeah. Should have used my silicone mat, really. Oh dear, that's why. I refilled this, but obviously didn't quite put the top on right. My mistake. That looks better. Quick clean up. There we go. That's better. Okay, rub off the glue. So all of that is now spare. I'll save that for another project. And it's just how to organise these flowers. Sometimes I like to give them a little bit of a curl. Now, do I want which one do I want at the bottom? Do I want it that way? Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Or do I want to put that one at the bottom? Oh, decisions. Decisions. Well, it honestly doesn't really matter, does it? But I think I like the blue at the front, to be quite honest. So I'm going to put that one at the bottom. Let's get some dimensionals. I take your pick tool. I'm not putting them all the way to the edge because I want to leave space to slip under some leaves. Right, let's get that out of the way for a minute. Right, now I really liked how I'd done it before, so I'm going to try and sort of copy that little space at the top. I do like this embossing though, with the sort of cross hatch. Just a little bit, just round under the edges. If we need some more, you can usually just squeeze them under the edge, which is always good news. Right, we have one like that. Oops, blue again. So I'll have another blue one here. No. I put them around the wrong way, haven't I? Oh well, they might just have to go the other way round. That's just the way it happens. don't think I had my die on there very straight. I'm just going to trim that edge. I think that's what's been worrying me. Yes, that looks a bit better. Okay. I have one there. Maybe. Just like that. Okay, now some leaves. So let me just pop them and see where I want them first. Bigger ones at the bottom, I think. Some smaller ones up here. Maybe there. There, I think we'll do that. A little bit of glue on the edges. Tuck them underneath. Now some gems. We always need a gem or two, don't we? Okay. Now these lovely ones, I think they look nice. Let's have these. I could have purple though. Where did I pop it before? Down here. Do I need a thicker one in there? Do I need a yellow one like I had before? I could always pop one in. I could put a purple one on. It might be an odd colour, but I think it looks quite nice. So I've got my 3 gems and just an odd one in the middle. And there we are. That's my little sort of trellis card that I made with little crisscross technique. So thanks ever so much for watching. See you soon. Bye.